guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So, a lot of people are speculating that Megan and Kelsey might have made up. Because if you guys remember, when Tory Lanez exposed that he smashed Kelsey and MeganStallion at the same time, and that was the reason for the fight in the car, she called Kelsey her friend. But I actually feel like that's more of a strategic move that the DA wants Megan to do, okay? So that way Kelsey could testify against Tory Lanez in court, because eventually Kelsey will have to testify because she was in the car. But from what I've been hearing is allegedly Kelsey and Tory Lanez still are in communication, allegedly, and they still mess around here and there. So with that being said, I don't know if that's going to work for MeganStallion. And even though he's allegedly dating Melly, I don't put anything past that short leprechaun, because at the end of the day, he was smashing Megan and Kelsey at the same time and then flirting with Kylie. Tory Lanez is a manipulator, okay? He knows how to get his way, and I think he's keeping Kelsey near so that way she won't testify, okay? So it's going to be interesting to see what Kelsey eventually says in court, because she can get subpoenaed. But what I'm hearing is allegedly she's still messing around with Tory Lanez here and there, okay? May not be constantly, but they're still in some sort of communication, which I'm really not shocked about, because Tory Lanez was bragging about how his D was so good. I mean, yeah, your D is good and toxic. It's good and toxic. Stay away from Tory Lanez. He ain't got no hairline. He's a short leprechaun, and he's a master manipulator. But in hindsight, I would like to know if it's really that good or not. I mean, I tagged Melly and asked her. She did not respond back to me, okay? So I need y'all to go ask Melly if the D is that great, because these chicks are acting crazy over Tory Lanez. And if Tory Lanez is innocent, he deserves to be proven innocent, okay? A lot of people don't realize that inconclusive evidence cannot be used against Tory Lanez, okay? If it's inconclusive, that means it can get thrown out. That's why Tory Lanez is happy and his lawyer is happy. So all those people are saying, well, this doesn't really prove anything. Actually, it does, okay? You can't use inconclusive evidence against someone in court. Moving on to the queen of rap, NickiMinaj. It looks like Do We Have a Problem is almost gold, okay? The last time it was updated was like a week or two ago, and it sold, 400K already? So by now, it could be at like 425, 450, depending if you guys were actually streaming or not, okay? I've been streaming because Do We Have a Problem is my song. I said that was a hit from the jump. Y'all was trying to, push bussin', but I was like, no, Do We Have a Problem is the hit record, okay? Also, Nicki Minaj sells out. Her pre-sale sold out, and you can get more tickets, I guess, on Monday, okay, for the regular prices. Now, here's my thing. Nicki Minaj is 14 years in the game, still outselling the chicks out here in the rap game. Yet people want to say that she's washed. Is everybody else's pre-sale selling out for Wireless Fest? Because I hearing crickets. I haven't even heard nobody make noise about Wireless Fest except Nicki Minaj. Okay, no shade to SZA, no shade to, the Queen of Surgery and the Queen of Hennessy. But nobody is making noise like the queen. No shade. So that kind of proves what I've been saying all along, is that Nicki is still on top. Okay? And that's why they don't want her to get no number one. Because if Nicki start getting number ones all the time, guess what's going to happen? These other chicks would not be surviving. Okay? One album, 5 years. No shade, but these other chicks can't really compete when it comes to Nicki Minaj, because nobody's doing it like her. Moving on to the queen of music. Now, there was a little debate on Twitter in regards to Chris Brown and Beyonce, who is the next Michael Jackson, or who should be compared to Michael Jackson. Now, a lot of people were feeling like it should be the Queen of Music because Chris Brown makes the same type of songs. He's not as diverse as Beyonce, which is facts, okay? Now, Chris Brown is talented. He can dance, he can write, he can sing, he can act. But he usually plays himself in movies too, okay? I don't think he's that great of an actor. But at the end of the day, when it comes to music in the last 5 years, Chris Brown has been very redundant. The only thing that has been consistent about Chris Brown is that he's a colorist. And then on top of that, the only thing he has in common with Michael Jackson is that he can dance. And that, they both had, are allegations against them. But other than that, when we're talking about consistency, we're talking about selling albums, it would be Beyonce and Michael Jackson. Let's talk about it. Now, she doesn't sell as much as Michael Jackson. Let's not get it twisted. I don't know if she has a diamond album. But the Beyonce album sold 1 million copies in 3 days. Let's not forget. And then on top of that, I believe Lemonade did 800K first week or 745 first week. Chris Brown is not doing those type of numbers. He never did those type of numbers. Okay? One thing about the Queen of Music, she may not be able to get them number ones all the time, but she does sell albums. And that's something Michael Jackson was able to do. And let's just talk about performance-wise. Beyonce's performances are top tier. Yes, Chris Brown does backflips and everything like that. But when Beyonce performs, it's a moment, okay? People are dressing up to look like her. Like, let's not forget about the Homecoming Coachella performance. That was a moment in history. Tyler Perry is recreating that, okay, for his movies. Nobody's doing that with Chris Brown. Nobody's dressing up like Chris Brown, okay? Nobody is doing skits, especially on SNL and Tyler Perry show. Like, nobody's doing that for Chris Brown. So, to me, if we're talking about sales impact, okay, and definitely talent. You can't say Beyonce's not talented. You got to go with Beyonce if we're going to talk about Michael Jackson. And people are saying, well, Beyonce doesn't write. Neither did Michael Jackson. He had a lot of writers on songs. Of course, he contributed, but he also had writers just like Beyonce. And Chris Brown also has writers too. I think on one record, he had like 12 writers. It was the song called Go Crazy. I looked at the writing credits for that. It was like 12 people on that thing. So you can't really shade Beyonce in regards to that. So let me know how you guys feel. Who should be compared to Michael Jackson? Chris Brown or Beyonce? I feel like Beyonce, even though I feel like both of them can't really compete with Michael. The closest thing, if we're talking about impact, sales, and people copying you, it would be the Queen of Music, okay? Moving on to Big Sean. Somebody's news leaked on the internet. Everybody thought it was Big Sean's. He came out and denied it. But allegedly, he do got a big D. Okay? From what I've been hearing, he does have the good D. And that's why Jhené Aiko is so sprung. Now, as for the picture, I didn't really believe that, it was Big Sean because, there was a Nintendo beside his package. And I felt like, Big Sean is way too old to be doing stuff like that and taking pictures. That's childish. So Big Sean and Quavo and Tyga, they're all packing. Ask Ari, Nicki, and Kylie. They should know. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. Let me know if you guys really believe that it was Big Sean's nudes or do you feel like he's telling the truth. Have an amazing day.